Chapter 19. No way, Tang Xiao. You're not going to introduce me? Ling Han said with a soft smile. She leaned in closer to Tang Yu, her gaze teasing as she subtly flirted. Trying to push me away? Not a chance. She wanted to test exactly how much this man knew about her, and the organization behind her. Now what the hell? Aren't you supposed to be going after Qinming right now? Why are you glued to me instead? Or wait, is this some reverse psych mind game? Are you acting like this on purpose because you know Qinming has a thing for being the other guy? Whatever. Keep acting. Life's just a stage, right? I'll use you to take down Sumiyu's manipulative self. Tang Yu's thoughts were already racing as he calculated the best way to handle this. Smiling coolly, he slipped an arm around Ling Han and said, So, Miss Ling, any hobbies? Maybe I know someone with similar interests. Hobbies, she said playfully. I like dancing and music. What about you, Tang Xiao? We're pretty similar then. I love music too, and, well, movies that aren't exactly PG. Tang Yu delivered that with a completely straight face. Qinming, mid-sip, nearly spat out his drink. Big bro's got the riz of a caveman. Respect. Ling Han laughed lightly, pretending to be bashful. Tang Xiao, you're terrible. Relax, just messing around, Tang Yu chuckled. What kind of guy do you think I am? I was wondering, Ling Han replied sweetly. Well, let me confirm your suspicions. Yes, I'm absolutely that kind of guy. Tang Yu smirked. Both Ling Han and Qinming couldn't help but be speechless. That you're surprisingly funny, Tang Xiao, Ling Han said as she leaned closer, playing along. Ha! Don't give me that act. I've seen too many sugar-coated bombs to fall for it now. Women like you, all you do is mess with my peaceful life. And that Ye Chen guy? What a trashy stallion. He even seduces women from his own organization just to save them mid-mission and play hero. Ling Han froze slightly. Wait, how does he know about that? She'd been saved twice in the past year by Ye Chen, and both times the missions had been far more dangerous than she was initially told. Until now, she had always thought those close calls were pure bad luck. But what Tang Yu was suggesting made too much sense. How much does he know? She wanted to ask desperately, but couldn't. Not without exposing herself. Just then, someone else finally arrived at the club. Like a storm in heels, Su Muyue stepped into the Galaxy Club. Wearing a perfectly tailored outfit and a face full of determination, she headed straight for the #1 VIP booth. Everyone who saw her was stunned. Some people tried to approach her. A few even got ready to play the hero, thinking she was a lone beauty in trouble. But the moment they saw her head straight for Tang Yu, they all chickened out. No one was dumb enough to mess with that level of drama. Tang Yu! Her eyes burned as she caught sight of Ling Han leaning against Tang Yu, a picture of smug charm. Jealousy flared. What? You finally here to talk about the divorce? Tang Yu greeted her with a grin, unbothered. That's right, stinky woman. See what I've got wrapped around me? You jealous yet? Come on, do it. Splash a drink, make a scene, throw some heroin rage at me. Let's get this plot moving. But instead of exploding, Su Muyu's expression softened. She sat down beside him with elegance and said gently, What divorce? After all this time together, you really want to throw it all away? I saw you drinking here alone, she added, pouring herself a drink. I thought I'd join you. Qinming stared in disbelief. Bro, what? Was this the Sumuyu? Cold, untouchable Sumuyu? And now she was sipping champagne like she didn't just catch her fiancé cuddling a random beauty? Tang Yu was dumbfounded. What is happening? You're supposed to go ballistic. Scream, slap me. You're Sumiyue Su freaking Bingshen. Fine, I'll help you get there. Just a little more provocation. He turned to Ling Han and said shamelessly, You should really drink somewhere else, Sumiyue. You're interrupting me and Miss Ling. Look at that. Degenerate villain behavior on full display. Slap incoming in 3, 2. But instead of reacting, Sumiyue just smiled sweetly and held Tang Yu's arm. No need. You can do what you want. I'll wait until you're done, and we'll go home together, okay? Tang Yu's soul nearly left his body. Is this even legal? What happened to shame? Dignity? I'm the villain. You're supposed to hate me. This is emotional abuse. All right, fine. You want to play? I'll play dirtier. As you like, Tang Yu muttered coldly. Then Miss Ling and I will be stepping out for a bit. He pulled Ling Han to her feet and walked off. Qinming, still seated, blinked slowly. Big bro's on fire tonight. Meanwhile, Sumuya remained at the table, sipping her drink, eyes calm, lips curved in a soft smile. She knew it was all an act. He was just trying to get her to end things. But it hurt a little, how easily he pushed her away. Those 3 years, was it all fake? Chapter 20. Ling Han, though held in Tang Yu's arms, was on high alert, ready to strike at any moment. She'd used her beauty many times before to lure her targets in, but that didn't mean she let anyone actually get close. So when Tang Yu led her out the back door of the Galaxy Club, her voice lowered into a shy, almost coy whisper. "Tang Xiao, where are you taking me?" Tang Yu, still keeping up his act, casually removed his multi-million-dollar watch and slipped it into her hand. "Consider it a gift," he said smoothly. "I like girls like you, smart, sensible. You don't come around asking for money every 5 seconds." He paused, tone dipping into disdain. "Unlike Su Muyu, who begs for handouts the second we meet. Can't even look at her without losing my appetite. I'll deal with her soon, talk about divorce and all that. Next time, you and I can have a proper drink." With that, Tang Yu turned around and walked back into the club, his mood a few notches lighter. No matter how well Su Muyu acted, she was still his. And Ling Han, she would report everything back to Ye Chen. That was the plan. No way Ye Chen would think Tang Yu was trying to steal his woman after this. Ling Han, watching his figure disappear, slipped the watch into her purse. A killer still appreciated shiny things after all. She returned to her car, tapped her phone, and called Ye Chen. He picked up almost immediately. "Hunter, how's the mission going?" Ye Chen's voice had its usual warmth, the kind that used to make Ling Han's heart flutter. Not anymore. Ever since hearing Tang Yu's internal thoughts, something had shifted. That familiar pet name suddenly felt gross, fake, forced. "I got close to the target," she said plainly, "but I ran into Tang Yu and Su Muyu." "Tang Yu? What's he doing with her?" Ye Chen's voice sharpened. "They were drinking at a bar." Ye Chen's tone darkened with fury. "Oh, so he's trying to get her drunk? Trying to take advantage of her?" Ling Han hesitated. They weren't drinking much. If anything, Su Muyu seemed to be the one taking initiative. There was a pause on the line. Then Ye Chen exploded. "Impossible. Su Muyu has only ever loved me. There's no way she'd make a move on anyone else. Hunter, you need to keep an eye on her. Protect her." There it was again, that possessive, arrogant tone. It grated more now than it ever had before. "Understood," Ling Han said coolly. Then she added, "Actually, I'd like to adjust the mission. I want to get closer to Tang Yu. From what I've seen, I'll be able to protect Su Muyu and gather more information from inside the Tang family." Ye Chen didn't hesitate. "Do it. The Qin family can wait. Just don't let that bastard touch my woman." "Got it?" He was still speaking when a squat man rolled up beside him in a security patrol cart. Liang Fan, the neighborhood's security chief. Ye Chen, dressed in a cheap security uniform and holding a walkie-talkie, barely had time to turn before Liang kicked him in the backside. "A new guy, what the hell are you doing yelling on your phone during patrol hours?" And who the hell is touching your woman?" "What, someone stole your blow-up doll?" Liang spat, disgusted. Ye Chen's jaw clenched. This fat bastard, he wanted nothing more than to end the man right there. If this weren't inside the country, if it weren't for the plan, he would have turned Liang into a stain on the pavement. He gritted his teeth. "Say, Manager Liang, the company handbook says we can answer calls on duty. The handbook also says shut your damn mouth and do what you're told. Now move it or lose it, hero." Liang drove off with a scoff. Ye Chen stood there, fuming, humiliated, and mentally noting Liang's name. Once this plan is done, he dies. After Tang Yu. But Liang dies first. Meanwhile, Ling Han had already ended the call. She rolled her eyes and sneered. This is the so-called Dragon King? Using bottom-feeder tactics to pick up girls? Faking jobs as a security guard to act pitiful? No wonder Tang Yu calls him a stallion. He's got nothing but tricks and ego. She looked down at the glittering watch in her palm. Tang Yu had seen through the organization. He had insight no one else had. Compared to Ye Chen, there wasn't even a contest anymore. Back at the number 1 booth, Tang Yu returned to find Su Muyu slumped over the table. Yep, she was out cold. 3 drinks, and she was already down for the count. Qinming looked up, startled. "What, wipe, big bro, done already?" "Done your sister," Tang Yu snapped. "I didn't do anything. I sent her away. She's dangerous. Don't deal with her again, got it?" His voice was serious now. As much as he joked, Tang Yu had real concern for Qinming. He'd inherited the original host's memories, and with them, real brotherhood. Qinming had a good heart, but in the original story, he was collateral damage. Just another roadblock Ye Chen crushed without hesitation. "You got it, big bro," Qinming nodded. "But what about her?" He gestured to Su Muyu. Tang Yu sighed. "I'll take her home." As much as she annoyed him, he couldn't just leave her like this. especially not in this kind of place. If something did happen to her, wouldn't that make me the green hat giver to the Dragon King? Actually, kind of funny. But no, stay focused. Be a proper villain. Not a monster. He gently lifted her into his arms. The warmth of her body. The faint scent of perfume mixed with alcohol. Her soft, barely conscious mumble against his neck. All of it made him pause. Why does she smell so good? He shook it off and turned to go. Even a villain needed boundaries, right? Chapter 21. Because he'd been drinking, Tang Yu made the smart call. He phoned 2 of the Tang family's bodyguards to come pick him up. No drunk driving. Period. That's a death flag in every urban cool novel ever written. Some villain always gets killed that way. Not this guy. I plan to live to the finale with all limbs intact. Soon a sleek black Rolls-Royce pulled up. Tang Yu got in, still carrying Sumuyo like a backpack. One of the bodyguards hopped out to drive his Lamborghini Poison back to the estate. 2 luxury cars cruised through the night streets, his personal convoy. Tang Yu relaxed in the back seat. Sumuyo had draped over him like a sleepy koala. Her cheeks were flushed, her breathing light. She suddenly giggled and leaned her head on his shoulder. Hey, stay on your side. He gently pushed her off. Up front, the bodyguard glanced at the rearview mirror and nearly drove into a light pole. Holy hell, is this really the same Tang Xiao? The guy who used to lick this woman's high heels like a gourmet dessert? Word was, Tang Yu had once been beaten half to death by his old man just for licking too hard. Still went out of the hospital the next day with a bouquet in hand. But now he was swatting her away like a drunk mosquito. Except Sumuyo wasn't giving up. She smirked and leaned in again, wrapping around him like a sleepy octopus. I want to cuddle, she murmured. You what now? Tang Yu stared at her, horrified. This isn't the Iceberg Queen. This is a feral stray. He pushed her back again. But she was stronger than she looked. Drunken martial arts trained women? Yeah, that's unfair. In a flash, she was climbing on top of him, grinning like a fox. Come here, kiss. Nope. Hey, Lao Wang, drive faster. Sorry, boss, the bodyguard called. I can't help while we're on the highway. Tang Yu squirmed desperately, trying to keep his dignity intact. But she pinned his wrists like a pro and aimed a kiss at his mouth. He managed to dodge barely. Instead, she kissed his cheek. Then another, and another. Soon his face looked like a lipstick crime scene. Hey, I kissed you. Why aren't you kissing me back? She pouted. You're seriously unhinged. Because you stopped licking me, she muttered, suddenly pitiful. You said you'd lick me forever. You lied. Tang Yu stared at her, heart pounding. 3 years of chasing. 3 years of rejection. And now you want to be the clingy one? She suddenly nuzzled against him, eyes watering. I'm sorry, can I lick you instead? Just don't ignore me, okay? Tang Yu's resistance shattered for a moment. But before he could respond, she passed out cold on his chest. He let out a long breath. She finally shut down. 1 more minute of that, and I was going to report a Me Too on myself. 10 minutes later, the car pulled into the Tang estate. Tang Yu carefully carried Sumuyu out of the car, only to see a tall, angry figure waiting at the front gates. Tang Gangqing, his father, face dark as thunderclouds, hands flexing. Belt already unbuckled. Tang Yu froze. Nope. I know that look. That's the you humiliate our family look. That's the get the 7 wolves belt look. Dad, chill. Tang Yu held up a hand, still carrying Sumuyu like a bridal prize. Yo, you brat. Just got your engagement sorted and already dragging women back home? Tang Gangcheng barked, gripping his belt tighter. This isn't some random woman, Tang Yu yelled. Why, it's Sumuyu. Tang Gangcheng squinted, then looked again. His face twitched. He slowly slid the belt back onto his waist. The bodyguards hiding in the shadows, his silent execution squad peeked out sheepishly. Tang Yu sighed in relief. Then his mother, Zi Hongying, walked up holding a box of Yunnan Baiyao. Fantastic. A full one-stop domestic violence care package. Beat first, bandage later.